I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos recently about a little instrument called a kalimba. It has a lot of little metal, what would you call them? I would call them tines that you kind of touch with your fingers, and it works essentially like a guitar string, except it's just, you know, a little piece of metal sticking out. It makes a really nice sound. I was looking at just the little pieces of metal, and I thought that it would be feasible for me to make one, and to have something that kind of looks like, you know, forged tines on a kalimba. That would be kind of cool to make. I've also wanted to play one of them because I've never played it before. So let's see how it works. The steel that I have here is some sort of spring, and I noticed on this it has some sort of like grain pattern there. I think it might be like high carbon steel wrought or something. So I think I'm going to forge them out thin into those little tines, and then I'm going to heat treat them, and of course temper the hell out of them, because, you know, that's what springs are. They're just really tempered steel. And see what happens. Try to make one. Like, I'll make the bar and all, like, the bars that you have to make for to hold down the tines, and I'll do some woodworking too. I think that's too cold there. I don't know how much steel I really need for this kind of thing. Maybe I should, like, cut it off about there so it's easier to handle. Just have to use some tongs. Yeah, all this will kind of lengthen once I hammer it out flat. I think this will make a, let's see, I want an octave, right? So I guess I'll make 8, or if it turns out to be a lot, I might do like 16, where you have, like, some are straight and the other ones kind of curve up so you can switch between them. I don't know.
Let's see.
Alright. You know, this piece of steel is long enough that I can just cool this side down, and then I can hammer it anyways. I'll do that. There we go. That way I don't have to worry about tongs, because those are kind of a pain. And also, I just don't have the right tongs for the job, so I'll find a way around it, of course. Once I flatten it out, those flat tongs will hold it much better. So I'll kind of flatten out this part, then hold the tongs on this side, flip it around, and then hammer the rest. I could make like that little, like all these have a bar that they have to sit across, and so then, you know, nothing absorbs that vibration from the tines. So I might make it out of the same material. I think next time well, when I forge the next one, I'm probably going to bring it to like really, really thin square, and then I'm just going to flatten it. So that way I won't run into any problems like having to hammer on that edge a lot, you know. It's at the right width, but it could use to be a little bit thinner, I believe. So what I'm going to do now is forge out like the little fingertip piece. It's pretty much, I'm just gonna, you know, get it really wide, and so it's like a good spot to put my your fingertip, and then I'm going to just scroll it down a little bit, so you know it kind of facilitates that downward motion when you know, pluck it with your fingers. Just want the very end turn down. Oh yeah, it's looking like it. Alright. I'm thinking that because this is like wrought, I'll be able to break it off and see the grain. That looks like regular steel to me, actually. Very fine grain though. Yeah, so it makes... Let's see if I hold this like really steady. I think that'll make a nice one. Although I still feel like it could get thinner than this. I might just grind them down, you know, because I can't forge that. Well, I mean, no, I can forge that thin. Pretty sure. I'll make another one and see how thin I can get it. It's a good start, though.
Oh no. Dang. Cut that off.
Oh shit. Ah, split right there. That's more like it. See how thin that is? I'll get the other one so you can compare the two. Yeah, that's better to have it that thin. Come on, don't jump on me. I really like that it's kind of, it gets thin and then it gets thick there. Kind of a nice taper for an instrument. Okay. Round this off, you know, round the edge of that down, so that it's a little bit easier on the fingers. Record doing all the rest of these because that'll just be boring. So I'll probably record making the bar for it, and also I'm thinking you have to secure them somehow, and I'm thinking that I could just use some wedges, like, you know, kind of use wedges somehow to kind of put pressure on these and keep them from moving around. So we'll see. I have made the little bar that the little tines are going to sit up against, so they can so the sound can, you know, carry through these. I'm going to have to make a second one that will hold all the other tines down. I don't have much battery, so I might not be able to record it.